Matt, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. Would love to learn a little bit about the business. So maybe share what got you excited and interested in mobile dry and cold storage.
First off, we understood that there was a big growing market here in Austin, and there was a lot of real estate transitions going on. So we decided that fixed storage wasn't necessarily the service that a lot of people were looking for. So we wanted to be mobile. So we started digging into mobile storage companies to look at, and then we decided, we can build our own brand and we can offer a service that's better than most of the big companies out there. So when we decided that we wanted to provide this service, we were able to fill a gap that I believe that there was in the market. So we were able to provide better service, a better quality product, and a better response time, and a more intimate relationship with each one of our customers. So with that, we grew into the cold storage side after a few years of operating our dry storage, and we decided that we needed to apply the same principles to that. There was quite a big moat between, a tiny little mom and pop shop versus the big conglomerates that are out there, and we wanted to kind of sit right there in the middle and provide, um, a pretty good reach for all of our customers in the Central Texas area, and to be able to do it better than everybody. So we want to focus on service, and we wanted to have quality products.
Awesome, awesome. So talk to us a little bit about if you're a homeowner or a business owner, commercial, residential,
Yeah.
what should they be thinking about today when it comes to dry and mobile cold storage?
Utilization of space for productivity is one of the major things that we see from not only just residential but also commercial. Residential is more of a standard use. We can, during a transition, if you sell your home and you need a layover in storage, we're able to provide that for all of our customers in our climate controlled warehouse here in Buda. And then we can redeliver those containers to your location at your new residence. For commercial use, a lot of places generally don't have the facility that is fully built out for them, or they run out of space. So we are able to provide extra space outside of the facility that they have. Doesn't impede on any sort of impervious cover or anything like that. So you're able to have many mobile storage units out there and utilize more space for your staff inside. So you can take a lot of the stuff that's just accumulating and wasting space in your productivity areas. So we are able to move that out into our storage units and make your facility more productive and hopefully earn you a little bit more money. So the commercial side of that is also for the cold storage side. Um, that is where we have a lot more opportunity to service you if there's an emergency. If you just need additional space for refrigeration, same thing. Impervious cover is not an issue. So if you can't build onto your facility, we're able to provide temporary storage or long-term storage for that, and kind of build off that. So one, we can provide the temporary side, or we can provide the equipment as a service for long-term use, and we would be able to provide the cold storage units, service them, maintain them, create all the reports that you need for specific sides of the industries that we're targeting.
So talk to us a little bit about specifically. So if you've got a restaurant group or hospitality, that longer term kind of equipment as a service, what does that really look like for those sorts of companies, and who's the ideal customer for that sort of
Yeah.
offering?
Yeah, so many companies can utilize equipment as a service. So the dry storage side, we would drop off a container. We'd be able to maintain it for you. We'd be able to service it for you. We'd be able to, utilize the external space to make sure that you are more productive inside. The cold storage side, we are able to expand your footprint for restaurants, for pharmacy, for any sort of healthcare. And we'd be able to service it. We'd be able to send the reports over based on all the reporting agents or the reporting software that we have built into it. Um, we'd be able to monitor temperatures, especially for example, like pharmacy that has very tight parameters on what has to be maintained in there and is very highly regulated. We'd be able to provide that whole service for all of our customers. And then if there's services or continual maintenance for those, we would be able to provide that service for you as well. We'd have our techs come out every so often. We'd service the unit, make sure that it's working correctly, and we'd be able to make sure that it's not a worry for you and your business. We would take care of that for you.
Now, I've seen you in some pretty famous events and locations. Most recently, I think there was an event going on in Bee Cave's Galleria. I was happy to see a Temp-Pack unit out there. Maybe talk to us a little bit about how someone should think about Temp-Pack when it comes to events, whether they be corporate or other.
Yeah, so depending on where your event is, we are able to set up either dry storage or cold storage at any event. We can run it off normal power. We can run our units off generators. So we can have pop-up events. We can have more structured events with standardized power. But we are able to pretty much set these up as a temporary use or a long-term use. So they're very easy to use, standard power. You can make sure that you can have your refrigerated space for food services at those events. We can have for example, just even a cooling station for the city of Buda that we used that people were able to cool down in. So it's amazing what kind of uses these cold storage and dry storage units can be used for.
Awesome. So I've seen you around in a lot of my favorite places in Austin and San Antonio. Maybe talk to us about current markets you're serving and where does Temp-Pack go from here?
Yeah, so currently we are servicing the Austin and San Antonio markets. We were founded here in Buda. Our first service city was Austin. Over the last couple of years, we've grown tremendously down into San Antonio, and our growth model is to have a pretty strong regional presence here in the next few years. So we are going to be growing into Houston, Dallas, and Fort Worth over the next couple of years to provide the same service and excellent service that we provide for our customers every day.
Awesome. So last question, someone has a dry or mobile cold storage need. How do they get a hold of you and inquire about pricing and a unit?
Yeah, this is the best part about us. We're local. We have a website that you can go to and get very standardized pricing, very straightforward pricing. There's no hidden fees. There's no surprises. That's one of the things that we take very seriously is to make sure you understand what all the costs are going to be up front, so you're not surprised by anything. You can go to our website, or you can call us directly on the phone, and you will actually talk to a real person.
All right, Matt. Well, thanks so much for having me out. I really enjoyed my time at Temp-Pack today. If you'd like to get a hold of Matt Higley, like to get a unit, there's going to be links in the email. Please feel free to reach out. And until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Matt.
Appreciate you being here. Thank
Thank
you.
you.